Hey, kids, we're a couple of annoyed grunt boys, and this is the 138th Simpsons podcast.
Con 24.000 baci, così frenetico è l'amore, in questo giorno di follia, ogni minuto è tutto mio.
That's right, where the podcast explores the American animated sitcom The Simpsons from seasons 11 and beyond, and the new ones when they come out, like on Disney Plus, say. And we actually already did season 11, so I guess 12 and beyond. And why do we do it like that? Well, there are plenty of other podcasts that explore the quote-unquote golden age of The Simpsons, that being seasons 1 through 10, and an entity known as the Wheel of Random has trapped us and forced us to watch the show in such a manner. I say we because I'm one annoyed grunt boy named Steve, and with me, as always, is the other annoyed grunt boy,
Craig, but in Italian.
Ah, yes, Craig Gio, and I'm Steve Via.
Oh, you're the shitty sugar substitute?
Because I'm so sweet and fake.
But I used to live off of you all the time, Stevia.
I always get stevia and salvia mixed up. And salvia is a weird drug that makes you insanely high for like 5 minutes, I guess. I've never done it, but I'm afraid.
I think that's like, like the two strains of weed is like indica and sativa. So I always call it stevia.
Yeah.
Imagine going to like a weed store. I'm like, I'll take the stevia. And like, okay, here's the sugar-free gummies. And I'm like, I'm not an idiot.
I used to do a really dumb joke when I worked in coffee shops where like when people would refer to stevia, I'd just call it Mevia.
It's like the dumbest dad joke ever on diners, drive-ins, and dives when someone was like showing, Guy Fieri around. He's like, and then we make our homemade pico de gallo, and Guy's like, or as I call it, pico de medio.
Exactly.
Guy Fieri, America's fat sweetheart.
That's right. Someday, Craig, he'll get that role. But speaking of America, this past weekend was the 4th of July. And unlike other podcasts, we're here for you as live as we can be.
It's interesting, like, going through my feeds, like, on the 4th of July week of or during, or even, like, holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving in America. Like, I would see podcasts releasing, like, a best of or, not doing, like, their basic show. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, a lot of times these holidays are with like you're going out of town, maybe you're traveling, maybe you want some alone time and you want to listen to your favorite podcast, but they just give you some sort of bullshit, which eventually we will do because now we've built up a Patreon. So
sure,
that we might do that too on holidays or sometimes when we're out. But we've been pretty good about like putting an episode out once a week. We've only missed 1 week once, and that was last year, and that was like an error on my part.
Yeah, which is totally fine.
So I just want the listeners to know that this is how much we care about you.
Yeah.
The listener.
Because you're right. Like, I think about, like, during holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas, I used to always love to listen to a podcast like when I'm doing the dishes or, like, cleaning up because it gets me away from friends and family. Back to my real friends and family, podcasts.
Do you want to hear something really, like, sad?
What's that?
Like, super sad. Well, back when, like, I had, like, the, 9-to-5 job, and during, like, the holidays, a lot of my favorite podcasts were off on break. And a lot of those weeks where, like, I had no podcast and I'm at work by myself, I had to do the unthinkable. I had to listen to an audiobook.
Ugh.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Steve, I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I stopped listening to podcasts and started listening to more audiobooks, but not you listeners. Don't do what I said. Don't do what Donnie Craig doesn't do.
Yeah, reading is for dummies, especially reading in your ears. I actually do love audiobooks. I'm weird because I do read often, but I can only read fiction, like, in a book form, and I only want to listen to non-fiction audiobooks. So I like memoirs to be an audiobook because it's like just somebody like Anthony Bourdain telling me his life story.
Yeah, especially now. It's really weird because he's dead.
Yeah. But like, I I know that people like the, that Project Hail Mary is a very popular movie now, but like people love the audiobook, but I don't want to listen to the audiobook, even though I hear it's very good, but like I'd rather sit down and read the book, which I did, because if it's not a real world, I like to build it in my head because it's my own parameters.
Right. When I was listening to like audiobooks, you're right. Like Mel Brooks like had an audiobook, like for his book, I read that or I listened to that. Like, so it is it is the biographies, but kind of think of it, like a lot of them I did read. Like I didn't listen to Tina Fey's book, Bossy Pants. I actually read that one. And I'm just trying to think of I read a lot of celebrity memoirs, like either read or listened to. I actually getting kind of turned on because I was listening to a podcast. Here, it was a new podcast. This is how new it was. It was Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Conan O'Brien is like still putting out episodes even during like holiday breaks, because I assume Conan O'Brien is the one who edits and distributes the podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure. He does all the work.
Yeah. But today he had on Danny McBride, and I'm like a Danny McBride fan, and he was there promoting his new book called, now it sounds like I'm here promoting it, but it's called Thrilling Tales of Modern Men. It's a short story collection that he came up with.
Ooh, fun.
And I went to my Libby app and I put a hold on that. So I'm actually excited to read that and not listen to an audiobook. I don't know if he did an audiobook for it, but I think because it's, like you said, fictional stories, you want to read it yourself. But I think with other things like fictional ones, like the Dune books, I would definitely say listen to those in audio format because it helps a lot. I think if there's a lot of like the Lord of the Rings, that sort of thing, I think those are perfectly cromulent for audiobook form. Maybe
that's what I need to get into fantasy.
Yeah, you do the Game of Thrones. I haven't read the Game of Thrones books or listened to them, but maybe that's it. I remember, even though they're not hard to read, but I've read and listened to the audiobooks of Harry Potter because the guy who did the Harry Potter stuff, I know they have like new versions now, but I'm talking like the older ones. They're well done too. So yeah, read and listen to more audiobooks is what I'm trying to say.
Well, imagine if there was a book written in 1955 and, there was probably an audiobook at some point and there was even a movie.
Just watch the movie. Just watch the movie then.
But what if there was a third option? What if it was The Simpsons?
So The Simpsons was originally a book?
No, what if The Simpsons were in an adaptation of a book? Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, like a Stephen King book, like It.
Sure. Or maybe like a psychological thriller taking place in Italy, say.
Season 2 of White Lotus. Was that a book?
Probably, but maybe just a redoing a Matt Damon movie, I guess. But let's just do that.
Oh my God. They're going to do...
That's right, The Simpsons, they're going to do Dogma.
All right, real quick. Let's cast Simpsons as Dogma.
Okay.
So Jane Silent... Oh, not Jane. Bartleby and Loki, the Matt Damon and Ben Affleck character. I'm thinking that should be Bart and Milhouse, right?
Yeah, I could see that. I was going to pitch Lenny and Carl.
I think you need the kids. I think make the kids, because you could have... It could either be Bart and Lisa, but maybe Lisa should be... no, make it Bart and Lisa as Bartleby and Loki. Homer could be... Are you thinking like Bart should be Jay and Lisa should be Silent Bob?
Maggie should be Silent Bob.
Oh, I'm so fucking dumb. You're right. Okay. So Bart... Okay, I like this. Bart is Jay. That's too on the nose. No, I think it's right. I think that makes sense. Okay, Bart, Jay, Lisa... Or not Lisa. Lisa should be Bethany, the main character, maybe?
Yeah. Marge should be God.
And then Homer... Is Homer like Jason Lee or Alan Rickman, the Metatron?
He could be a Metatron, yeah.
The George Carlin character, of course, is Reverend Lovejoy.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is... Well, that's going to be Carl.
Sadly, yeah.
So maybe... who would be the Homer of Dogma? All right, well... That's for a different time. See, what did we actually get into? We got really sidetracked there.
Yes, today we're talking about the newest Disney Plus special, Simpsley, in which penniless Marge, who is a con artist, is sent to Italy to convince wealthy sap Seymour Skinner to come home, and she's tempted by the trappings of his affluent lifestyle. But there's a big fat fly in the ointment. Skinner's clingy, dim-witted mooch of a houseguest, Homer Simpsley. Lies, lust, and Italian lira are abound in this Simpsons noir. All right, let's give it a watch. We'll be right back. Today we're talking about Simpsley, the 5th Disney Plus episode and the 20th episode of the 37th season. It is episode 808 in the show's run. It originally aired on July 3rd, 2026. Your nerd code is 36ABF19. It was written by Cesar Mazariegos, directed by Debbie Mahan, and your showrunners are Cesar Mazariegos, Matt Selman, and Al Jean.
All right, Cesar, we have talked about him, I want to say 8 times, because he's written 8 episodes, and this is the 8th that we reviewed. First, going back to season 32, episode 2, Ay Carambas. Then he also did the series Flanders Parts 1 and 2, which those were over-the-air episodes, but let's face it, those should have been Disney Plus episodes.
Yes.
And then followed by Not It, again, should have been a Disney Plus episode. Then Homer's Crossing from season 35, Night of Living Wage, also from season 35. And then season 36, he did P.S. I Hate You. And then from the current season, 37, The Fall Guy Yai, which, that's a main canon storyline. But it's very funny that the series in Flanders and Not It, and then this episodes are just Disney Plus written.
I think you could argue that Night of the Living Wage, too, could also be, because that was the bear episode.
Oh, right.
I mean, it was canonical, but I feel like it could have been a Disney Plus episode.
I think we talked about it at the end, like during the watch of that was like, it felt like the stakes were high, but not pun intended because of the cooking.
Right.
It then was like, everything was like resolved at the end. There was like no, I don't remember like specifically, but I remember there was some sort of like shenanigans that were unlawful, maybe, right? Yeah, okay. But I think by the end we concluded that it wasn't. It could be canon.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also the short When Billy Met Lisa. That's Billy met Lisa Kudrow.
When Billy Crystal met
Lisa Kudrow.
At the Emmys in 1996. He was. Him and Robin Williams were in an episode together for a reason. I don't remember what.
Were they promoting that Father's Day movie? Or
ooh, could be.
That like bombed and it was supposed to be really horrible, right? That I never saw it. Oh, there was My Giant too. That was another Billy Crystal movie that failed.
Yeah, I think you could say like Monsters Inc. and When Harry Met Sally are his, and Princess Bride. Those are 3 very good movies that he made, and that's it.
I can't throw shade at Billy C. because we both share the same birthday.
Oh yeah, and you also look marvelous.
And I too like to dress in blackface and do Sammy Davis Jr. impersonations.
I knew that you would. Oof. But we're not here to talk about Billy Crystal. No, we're here to talk about Simpsley. And before we get started, I do want to say that it is a parody of a Netflix series, Ripley, which sadly is not about Alien or aliens or even Aliens Cubed, but it's about the 1955 crime novel, The Talented Mr. Ripley. And that was also a movie with Matt Damon.
It would really make sense if that's the movie we watched for the Patreon, The Talented Mr. Ripley.
That would make a lot of sense, yes.
I remember looking at the Simpsons wiki last year around either this time or like September-ish, and looking up like current titles for episodes, and I remember like one of them on the wiki said Untitled Talented Mr. Ripley Parody. And so now we get to do it.
Oh, that's good. Because I remember seeing the word Simpsley, and I could not figure out what it was parodying, so...
Yeah, and I didn't even know about the Netflix series.
Me neither.
But I knew the movie with Matthew Damon.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say other actors?
Probably. Most movies have more than just Matt Damon. Though I haven't seen Downsizing, so that could just be all him.
Yeah, him and Elizabeth Banks get small. Oh, that's her show where she gets small.
Yeah. So we got Gwyneth Paltrow and Jude Law, Kate Blanchett, and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Do you know how to get Kate Blanchett to act perfectly?
How's that?
First, you put her in boiling water for about 30 seconds, pull her out, and put her right into some cold water, and she's perfectly Blanchett. Is this going to be the episode where I'm just doing really bad jokes?
This episode, yeah. I was expecting for a tar joke, so that was something different.
No. Just her name sounds like Blanche.
Yeah,
Blanchett. Yeah, okay. Have you ever seen that movie, though, The Talented Mr. Ripley?
I don't think so. I know it's kind of like this episode, but it is kind of like a schemy, like fake steal your identity type of situation. Kind of like a single white female.
Yeah, like this episode. Yeah. I'm curious about it now. It was one that I think passed because it came out around early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so I think at that time, too, there's like kind of a... we were still enjoying like Dogma and things. But like, when like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon like really blew up, it was just kind of like, I felt like overexposure. And Gwyneth Paltrow's also in the film. And I just like, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah, it was 1999. And Jude Law was doing a lot of stuff then, too. And I think we were overexposed to all three of them.
How has Jude Law not been Judge Dredd yet?
Ooh, yeah. His name just sounds like Judge Dredd if you got hit in the head. Jude Law.
And then he could deliver that famous line that Sylvester Stallone did in that film. I am the law.
I am the law.
Speaking of Sly Stone, happy 80th birthday. We're recording on his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to the Tulsa King himself, Oscar.
Hey, yeah, we have reviewed a Sylvester Stallone film on this Patreon podcast. Not this is not the Patreon podcast, but hey, if you want to be a Patreon member and listen to us talking about the film Oscar, starring Sylvester Stallone and Marissa Tomei. Who's Marissa Tomei?
I don't know, but I'd watch a movie with her.
I signed up today. Annoyed Grunt Boys Patreon, or it's patreon.com/Annoyed Grunt Boys.
That's right.
See, it's a hot day today, so I might be acting aloof.
That's okay. The series that this is based on has Andrew Scott, Dakota Fanning, and some other people, but let's get to this episode. And it begins, as it always does, in glorious black and white, showing scenes of a bustling metropolis, perhaps Springfield, featuring billboards for Buzz Cola, Tobacco Juice, Long Lad cigarettes, and the Leftorium with its iconic slogan, "We can't all be right." And, as usual, like we always have, we hear Luann's voiceover describing the two types of people in the world, the admirable, hardworking movers and shakers, and the poor.
So Luann pities the unemployed for their lack of initiative, discipline, and that certain killer instinct. Marge, however, has no use for her pity, sitting in her hot, squalid apartment, crushing a cockroach as it climbs up the wall. Marge then shows just how shrewd she is by using Luann's spa membership card to forge her signature.
And in that, we have, there's a painting of a sailboat behind her, which is a nice, like, little homage to a normal episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of, not like homages, but, well, yeah, I guess homage could be the word, but, like, every character, like, kind of makes an appearance as, like, a statue or a painting, so that's kind of funny.
It is, yeah. I didn't go through and find them all, but I did call out a few, so we'll call them when we see them.
Can we also bring up the fact that this whole episode is in black and white? Is this a first?
I think so. I didn't do any research, but I was trying to think back, and I think that this might be the most black and white episode.
You know, there had been Treehouse of Horrors, like the King Kong parody and things like that, but like a full-on black and white episode. So kids, don't adjust your color on your TV set. You know, when you open up the panel there, you got to move the tint bar, you got to move the color bar.
Then you have to, of course, turn it to channel 3 so you can play your Atari.
Yeah.
So at the pool, we discovered that Luann is complaining about the poor while sitting poolside, cucumbers on her eyes, wax on her mustache, and Marge giving her a pedicure. While giving her client that foot job, Marge reaches into Luann's purse and swipes her checkbook. Luann feels that ambition is the sole province of the rich, but the woman getting the spa treatment next to her begs to differ. And that will lead to some rather useful information for Marge, as we'll discover in this clip.
Ah, hogwash. Take my son Seymour, the bum, majored in nepotism at Ditherton College, all set to take over the family prune canning business. And where is he now? Living off his trust on the coast of Italy like some pope.
Ugh, Italians are so European.
Oh, I'd give a suitcase full of simoleons to anyone who could bring that pampered popinjay back home.
Can I box that up for you, Miss Van Houten?
It's Mrs. And no, I'll wear it out. Darling, bring me one of these in polar bear. Mrs. Skinner? as I live and breathe.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Marjorie Bouvier. I'm an old friend of Seymour's. We met at your charity ball for, what was it?
The Policemen's Malevolent Association.
Yes, police violence is such an important cause.
I just love the Agnes laying out everything that Marge needs to know at the spa place. It's almost like it'd be great if she's like complaining about Skinner, and then like, and I can't believe his address is this.
Yeah. Also, we always love to call out a policeman's ball, and we get one.
I like to imagine Cesar listens to our podcast and put that in there for us.
Yes, and I'll say to Cesar, go Raiders.
I really want to go to a policeman's ball. They don't exist, do they?
Nope, but Marge is right. Police violence is such an important cause. Not a political podcast.
So was Marge like already working at that spa? I just imagine that the setup should have been like she asked, I know it's unnecessary, but I'm just thinking like she probably told someone to like, hey, there's a free cake in the break room. I'll take over from here.
Mm-hmm. That's very possible, yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, but is Matt Damon Marge Simpson and doing the pedicures to the rich people?
I believe so because Marge Skinner is playing, Marge is playing, she's not Marge Skinner yet, Tom Ripley, and that is Andrew Scott's character, which I think is also Matt Damon's character.
And the funny part is Homer plays a character. They swap the genders.
Yeah.
Because Homer plays a character, and in the Talented Mr. Ripley, Marge Sherwood. So Homer is playing Marge. And
yeah.
I think, did they do this as a joke of like, let's switch it so Marge isn't actually playing Marge?
Yeah, I think so. And it's also interesting, the dynamic, to have Marge be kind of the sly, not bad guy, but, the more shrewd, like, it's not very Marge-like. It's interesting.
Yeah, because you could easily, made Homer the Dickie Greenleaf character.
Mm-hmm.
And Abe could have been... I mean, it sets it up for Homer being that character, because Agnes is supposed to be Herbert Greenleaf, the father.
Mm-hmm.
So it is two male. I mean, just changing it up a bit is kind of funny. Yeah. So back at the on the Simpsley episode, Steve, in her dashing new outfit, paid of course with Luann's checkbook, Marge questions Agnes about her son. So she asks if he's ironing out the wrinkles at the prune factory, and Agnes sighs with disappointment. She may have raised her little boy to be a henpecked business wuss, but he's nothing like that now, living a bohemian, sockless lifestyle on the deck of a boat.
So after learning that Seymour is living the artist lifestyle in Italy, Marge mentions that she was just visiting the old country and would have visited him if she knew he was there. And after a moment of deep thought, Agnes asks Marge for a favor. She wants Marge to travel to Italy to find her wayward son, with all expenses paid, of course.
Marge feigns excitement at the not-so-unexpected offer and offers a sly look. She then opens her eyes and is boatside, arriving on the coast of Italy. So walking through the sand, she finds just the man she was looking for.
Seymour Skinner? What are you doing on a beach in Bella Truffa?
I'd ask you the same if I had the slightest clue who you are.
Marge Bouvier. We met at Ditherton. We were in the same econ class.
I never took econ.
Maybe I'm thinking of statistics with Professor...
Needlemeyer.
Yes, I was a few rows behind you.
I didn't take him. I had Gopnik.
We had Gopnik, of course.
As a private tutor.
Me too. I had him right after you.
Oh, of course. But Ditherton's men's college.
Yes, which is why I dressed up as a man in order to attend, to prove a point to the sexist dean.
Ah, that explains it. Nice to meet you again. Pull up some sand. Looks like I've made another American friend.
Another?
Seymour, did you see me do a handstand? Did you see?
Who's this? Marge Bouvier, meet Homer Simpsley, another well-to-do friend I made in Napoli.
Again, I love Marge asking, or her series of lies that just kind of like, yeah, I knew that teacher. What was his name again?
Yeah, there's like the art of conning people for information. And that's like how all those quote-unquote magicians or mentalists do it. Like you give all the information away, and it's a scumbag art form. It's really what it is.
Yeah, you're preying on people's hope and innocence, and just exploiting them. It's awful. It's it's just a shitty thing to do.
Oh, Steve, sorry, I got an email here. It's about our Patreon account. Hold on, I'm just gonna go through it real quick.
Sure. Probably do this off the air, but it's okay.
No, let's just do it now. I'll edit this out.
Okay, fine.
It just needs the last 4 digits of your social security real quick.
Okay, 5721.
Okay. Yeah, your whole thing popped up here, but can I confirm the first 3 digits? Just tell me. I just want to make sure I'm looking at it just to make sure it's right.
Sure, it's 542.
542. And then yep, that's correct. And then as long as you get the next 2 right, we should be able to be good.
That's 33.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good.
And can I confirm the your current email address?
chunkylover87 at AOL.com.
Yeah, that's there. And the routing number, can you give me the all digits? I just want to make sure it's just showing up on my screen. I just want to make sure
it's 1247586.
Okay. And that matches there, but
good.
Do you have your account number real quick?
Yeah. It's 42799er 8215.
All right, let's just confirm. Yep, that's confirmed.
Good.
And I think we're good. All right, let's get back to the show.
Okay, good. That's glad we got that out of the way. That could have been a real mess.
One more question. I just want to make sure that this is you. Can you give me the 3 secret answers you have? I need for a pet, the street you grew up on, and your favorite pizza topping.
Pineapple for all 3.
All right. Back to the show, Steve.
All right. Skinner describes Homer as his travel companion, food tester, and temporary house guest, but Homer butts in to call himself a permanent roommate. Marge accepts Seymour's insistent offer to come up for a glass of wine, despite Homer's objections. Marge is stunned with Skinner's palatial mansion full of art, including a self-portrait by groundskeeper Willie Van Gogh. Marge shakes Skinner, asking how he could possibly afford to live such a luxurious lifestyle, especially without a job. And then she corrects herself, calmly stating, "Nice place."
So, leading Marge to his studio, Seymour shows off his own artwork. There are several paintings in a variety of styles, all of Skinner's ever-impressive muse, Homer. So he has the prominent curves, the shadowy folds, and can sit still completely for several hours.
So Marge finds one piece to be rather daring, showing Homer in the nude. But Seymour can't take all the credit for the boldness, saying that Homer demanded to be in the buff. Homer then walks in, completely naked, shouting, "Painting time!" and his junk is obscured by a box of painting supplies labeled art junk. And he once again shares his disappointment that Marge is still there.
Is that what Garfunkel, when he walks into the room naked, he said, "Check out my art junk"? Garfunkel, Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, Paul was like, still small after all these years. Trying to think of other Simon and Garfunkel penis songs, and I can't.
Yeah,
is it Feelin' Groovy?
Yeah, it's a bridge over troubled water, trying to come up with his bit,
You can call it Al.
The boxer? All right.
I mean, yeah.
So sitting at her typewriter, Marge writes to Agnes Skinner, sharing that she found her son and now just needs to convince him to return home. So she goes on to describe how she's spending her time on Skinner's beloved boat, which he named after Agnes. It's called the Up Yours Mother. So next is a light lunch in a cafe, or in Homer's case, several plates of pasta.
So the trio will occasionally visit an art museum to see a Caravaggio painting in all of its glory. And while Homer chows down on a whole salami, Skinner and Marge bask at the beauty of the Entombment of Christ, with Otto as the J-Man, of course that's Jesus, and then Moe as John the Evangelist, and Lenny as Nicodemus, and Crazy Cat Lady as Mary of Clopas. And if you want to be smart at art, marry somebody who has an art degree. Because I just knew that. And I've never studied art, but yeah, I learned things from my wife.
I also took art class, art history for a semester, but I didn't retain any information, Steve.
You just learned about Art Garfunkel's penis?
Yeah. Wasn't Homer also like eating the salami like
Sideways, or
sideways? Yeah.
like
or
a corn
in
on the
the
cob
middle.
kind of situation. Yeah.
Do you think like the casing was still on?
Probably, yeah.
So Marge goes on to tell Agnes that Seymour is teaching his art technique to a young pupil, played by Lisa Simpson. So who are her parents in this time period?
I don't know. She kind of has a call me by your name situation going on.
Well, wasn't that the point of Talented Mr. Ripley? Like he was, like they were lovers, right? Or like he was just pretending to be gay or something like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Homer's doing too. Like,
Yeah.
he and Skinner are definitely boning.
Right. So when we see Seymour's childlike, simple line drawing of Homer holding up a skull while wearing a toga, compared to, of course, Lisa's, which is like far more detailed and lifelike.
So, digging through his things, Marge learns that Seymour is receiving a $1,500 monthly stipend from a trust fund. And so she writes to Agnes that Seymour may be living the sweet life, but she is confident that she can bring him back to America. And then Skinner toasts to never returning to America.
I need to do a calculator real quick. I want to know what the 1,500 is in today's time.
When is this time?
Didn't it say it was 1950?
Sure.
Right? Didn't it say that in the beginning, or am I crazy? Or was I watching something else? Oh, never mind. I may have turned on episode 1 of a certain sitcom that was about the Korean War
yes.
medical doctors.
Well, let's see.
When was Talented Mr. Ripley published?
55.
All right, hey, I was close.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it takes place in the late 50s.
We'll go 55. So his monthly stipend is nearly $19,000 a month.
Woo boy.
It's $18,756.88. So yeah, I think I personally could probably live off of it. $18,000 a month.
Yeah, that's a lot of salami.
I might even get the private selection at the Kroger salami.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not buying store brand. Yeah.
No Ostermeyer for this guy.
No. Well, when Skinner steps away for another drink, Marge interrogates Homer. She asks where his familial wealth came from, and Homer stammers before answering. He then says that his wealthy family owns a lucrative skull factory while he holds the skull in his hand. So, after all, you can't get ahead without a Simpsley skull.
Homer thinks that he came up with a decent lie, but Marge disagrees. She then calls him a poor, low-class mooch. And responding that there is honor in mooching, Homer calls Marge a two-tit con man, which is a good line. It just sounds weird to hear the Simpsons say tit.
Are those words of the time? Like you could say that and not meaning she has two breasts?
No, because I think they're like saying two-bit con man.
Yeah.
But because she has two breasts, she's a two-tit con man.
Yeah.
You two-testicled jerk.
You couldn't get away with that on network TV. That's why this is a Disney Plus exclusive.
Yes, go to Disney for the tits. Lisa, who is still painting, pipes up in Italian, telling Homer that his fat is jiggling.
So, insisting that he is there to stay, Homer tells Marge that when Skinner learns of her true identity, she'll be tossed out like yesterday's meatballs. If Homer can be Seymour's muse, then so can Marge. So she lets her hair down, then blows gently in the faint Tuscan breeze.
So, remarking, "Holy cannoli," Seymour is taken aback by Marge's beauty. With a rush of inspiration, Skinner takes to his canvas, pushing Homer aside, who is doing some musing of his own. Skinner tries to get rid of Homer by telling him to go to eat some of yesterday's meatballs, and Marge gives Homer a knowing look as she poses for Seymour.
So 2 months later, Seymour and Marge are dining outdoors. Skinner tells the server, "The mushrooms are super, Mario." But the man with the wavy mustache replies in Italian, "Hey, my name is a Wario, idiot. Ma!" Does the Wario wah. Pretty good joke. I don't know. It's cute.
Yeah, I think it's smart because Mario is over in Springfield, so of course Luigi would be the evil Italian.
You mean Wario?
Or yeah, Wario is the evil Italian. They're all evil Italians.
We can still make fun of Italy, right?
For now.
Okay. So Marge then suggests a change in their living arrangement.
Seymour, darling, now that we're living together, I think it's time Homer moved out.
He has been acting a bit queer, to use the parlance of our time.
Plus, all those broken Vespas are really a drain on your trust fund.
It happened again. Here's your laundry, Skinner. What's for lunch? Ugh, and don't say Italian.
We ate. Go put Seymour's clothes away. We're gonna go lie on the beach that stinks of fish.
Stupid Marge. Before she showed up, things around here were a lot more gay, to use the parlance of our time. Ooh, when did he get this? Do you like it, Homer? Marge finds it garish. Her face is garish. Ho, ho, ho. You're incorrigible. You know, I've been thinking of ending things with her.
It's interesting to hear at the end, like Dan trying to do a Skinner voice. So it's Dan trying to do Harry Shearer.
Yeah. Especially since Harry Shearer's voice is kind of changing also.
He is putting on like a different voice for this Skinner episode. Like it's a lot younger sounding. Yeah. So I think like, I always feel like Harry Shearer is like, doesn't care, it seems like, about doing The Simpsons.
I mean, I feel like in interviews, he kind of says that.
Yeah. But this episode, it seems like he's giving, like, actually caring about his performance.
Yeah. I think it's a good performance. No.
Yeah.
Also, in the beginning of that clip, Homer complained about, like, Italian again, which, of course, is funny because they're in Italy. I think Italian and Mexican are two foods that if they were served to me every day, I'm completely fine. That's good.
Well, we're not a food podcast. We are mostly a political podcast, right? Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not political.
No.
Yeah, we're mostly a men's health food podcast. But I think, yeah, Mexican is something that I'm, like, not disappointed in. I was just actually thinking about that, too. Like, I think Mexican is, like, I like it anywhere. But for me, like, going to a restaurant that's, like, a specific ethnic restaurant, or when I say, you know, like, I think Mexican restaurants are my favorite place to go to for restaurants.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not talking about your like Chipotle's, of course. I'm not like
right now,
but like your typical like family Mexican restaurant. I don't know. That just has like it's nostalgic reasons too. Because like when our family went out as a kid, when I was a kid, we mostly went to Mexican restaurants, and then like the pizza parlor. We never went to like seafood places or steakhouses because, well, that's expensive.
Yeah.
And like chain restaurants when we were kids wasn't really a thing. Like Chili's and Applebee's, those weren't around when we were kids. So it really was just like Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, and I think that it's hard. I don't know that I've ever had like bad Mexican food. Like, I mean, of course, you know, you've had like bad like fast food that was Mexican. But like for going to a Mexican restaurant or even Mexican takeout, I feel like it's always at least a B, but usually higher.
Yeah. And now I want Mexican food for dinner, but I'm not having that because I'm having Italian.
I think I am too. But we did have over the weekend Mexican like 3 nights in a row. And I was thinking about that. That's what made me think about that. Is that we had Mexican 3 nights in a row. And if Laura said, hey, let's get Mexican again, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Yeah, I think I wouldn't scoff at that. Like I have my like standard things that I would like eat every day. Like I could eat a hamburger every day. I just know I could. I could probably eat chicken wings every day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I could do Italian every day. I don't think I'd want that.
I mean, there's a pretty good variety, but it would get a little heavy, I think.
Right. Like maybe like, I don't know. I guess like going to Italy itself, like you're not just eating obviously pasta and pizza or whatever, you know.
Right.
Sure, I'll have a nice like fresh fish. I guess it depends on where you're at. Sure.
And they have unlimited breadsticks.
Yeah. And I'm family when I'm there.
Exactly.
I think fish and chips I could probably eat every day.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
But we're not a food podcast. I mean, we are, but we're not. We're also an inflation calculator podcast. Marge mentions that because of Homer's, did she say daily Vespa use or just frequent? Yeah. Well, in like 1955, a typical in U.S. currency Vespa would have cost around $290 to $400. So,
wow.
If he's or in since he's in Italy, it's about 120 to 140 in the UK or so. It might not be actually a big dent in his pocket.
No, I mean that's nothing if you're making $19,000 a month.
Right.
That's just like bus fare.
Yeah.
So Homer continues his spot-on Skinner impression, imagining that he is leaving Marge for a more full-figured suitor. Homer's mirror image portraying Seymour seduces Homer as he proceeds to roll around in bed, making out with himself. Just then, Skinner walks in, curious to know what the hell is going on.
Denying his make-believe lust, Homer swears that he means nothing to himself. I do like that animation of him making out, like the mouth and the tongue look so... you're not used to seeing that kind of animation on Homer.
Yeah, this is a very well-animated episode, I will say. Just all around, very beautiful.
Right. So Homer is aroused when Skinner tells him to rip off his clothes because Homer's wearing Skinner's clothes. But Skinner then kicks him out. And Homer pleads that they are best friends, but Seymour only tolerated his oafish behavior because he was so easy to paint. Just one circle on top of another. And Skinner remarks that any idiot could draw Homer, and then all of a sudden Matt Groening's signature appears right next to Homer.
That's good stuff. Agreeing with Marge that Homer is dumb as an ox, unbelievably fat, and harmlessly clingy, Seymour calls him the most repulsive person he's ever met. And as he's being insulted, Homer grabs a bust of Mr. Burns, as Julius Caesar, ready to smash Skinner's head in. With his feelings hurt, Homer drops the statue, leading to add clumsy to his long list of faults.
Skinner then slips on his satin handkerchief and drops his hand into a spinning fan. He then punctures his other hand on a mounted swordfish, and then falls down several stairs. And then to add insult to his many injuries, a cuckoo clock then falls on him.
I was thinking about the Joker episode, and not the Joker episode, but the Extreme Makeover Homer edition. And they got a lot of mileage out of variations of Lard Lad, which this has because there's Lung Lad, and then falling downstairs, which this also has. So there's some themes happening in these Disney Plus specials.
I'm thinking Lard Lad has something in his contract where he has to appear in so many minutes of The Simpsons during the season, so they had to put that in.
I think you're right, and I think his agent kind of bumped that up a little bit because I think we've been seeing a lot more of him. Like, I think they talked Mario down a little bit because we haven't seen him as much as we did for a little while. We were getting a lot of Mario and a lot of Fat Tony, and so they toned down the Italian, coincidentally, and upped the Lard Lad. So we're balancing out.
I just got a Google alert that says Stairs have a new contract with The Simpsons, so they have to appear in a lot of episodes. Yeah,
they're up and coming, the Stairs.
Yeah,
and they're down and going as well.
Only the rich know what stairs are, Steve.
That's right. I don't have any stairs. So Homer's stunned, as is a painting of Medusa, played by Helen Lovejoy, and Goya's Saturn eating a sun, portrayed by Sideshow Bob. And Homer tries to stuff the blood and brains back into Skinner's lifeless skull when Marge enters. Homer swears his innocence, saying that Seymour slapsticked himself to death.
So as Homer sobs, Marge thinks that her meal ticket just got a big hole punched in it. So Homer calls Marge a greedy shrew, saying that she never loved Skinner, and then calls dibs on his room. So thinking of the bigger picture, Marge worries that she has to return to her life of filing down corns and forging checks. Okay, so she actually did work at the spa. My theory of her just trying to grift people.
But it makes sense, and also I think that working at the spa is a great way to grift rich people. Like, isn't that a plot point in the Italian season of White Lotus? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's a good place to grift people. If you're ever in Italy, get a job at a spa. You can screw rich people out of money.
Are you saying that we should get jobs as mani-pedi curists?
Yes, and we can seduce rich old ladies and take their money. And rich old men. And, young old men. Or young men. Just rich people. That's all I need. I just need money from rich people. So if you're rich, let me seduce you.
Yeah, like, I don't know, if you're a billionaire, do you really need to, I don't know, close down half of New York on a holiday weekend with lots of tourists in town to get married to another millionaire and and give your already millionaire guests millionaire gifts? Do you need to do that?
I don't think so. I mean, who do you think you are? Deborah Vance selling out MSG? Come on.
Yeah, the only millionaire that we like on this podcast is fictional character Deborah Vance.
Yes. And maybe Scrooge McDuck. He's okay.
Yeah. You think he's rich, but he's not. He just converted all of his money into pennies. It's not that much money in that tower.
Yeah. He has maybe $17,000.
Yeah, maybe. He can't even afford pants, for Christ's sake.
That's true.
And he's got to watch a bunch of kids all the time. Where are their parents?
Yeah, that's a good question. But he can't afford a nanny for one of them. That's weird.
The girl one, of course.
Yeah,
because he doesn't want to change her diaper.
I mean, if I were a duck parent, I wouldn't want to either, because they're weird. Anyway, we're not a DuckTales podcast yet. Marge gets an idea. She could forge Seymour's signature on his monthly trust fund checks. Homer argues that there's no way that she could pass a Skinner, since she is a woman and all. And Marge agrees, but thinks Homer could be the Seymour, and they would be the rich rather than being the ones to mooch off the rich. Seymour then wakes up, asking what they were scheming about, and not wanting to waste such a clever plan, Homer and Marge block Seymour's nose and mouth until he's actually finally dead.
That night, Marge and Homer are on a boat. Skinner's body stuffed into a trunk, ready to be tossed into the sea. Marge says that for the plan to work, they have to stick together for better or for worse. So Homer asks just what she is proposing, and then she grabs Skinner's ring from his hand and places it on Homer's finger, and Homer giggles with delight. And then they kick the trunk into the briny deep. I'm sorry, trunk. You know, they're already pretty haphazardly by not closing the whole body in the trunk. Is it because they want it to fill up with water so it sinks a little bit more?
Yeah, but you're right. I think at least, maybe, like, if you're going to do it right. Like, maybe chop off the limbs.
Put some air holes in there so it goes down faster, too.
Yeah, and, like, maybe some like, use some of that old, those broken down Vespa parts and put that in there.
It's almost like they need his body to be outside of the chest for story.
Yeah, we need it for plot reasons. So as Skinner's body sinks to the bottom, a letter is written in his voice to his mother saying that he recently tied the knot with Marge. At the altar, Homer reluctantly kisses his new bride, and they head out on their honeymoon, packing only the essentials, like Skinner's clothes, the Van Gogh by Willie, and a bowling ball. Marge, the true author of that letter, ends it with, "Love, Seymour. P.S. I am alive."
We should always end letters with P.S. I am alive.
It's a very comforting statement to end a letter.
I don't want dead people writing me.
No. And it's good if, let's say your grandma writes you a letter. That way you can reread that letter always, and you're just relieved, oh, she's alive. Good. Woo.
She's 145, but she's still alive, apparently.
Yeah, she's glorious. Must have been all those Werther's originals.
Yes, and ribbon candy. On a train in Rome, Marge shakes Homer's face, telling him that they are heading straight to the bank. Homer isn't sure he can pull off Skinner's identity, but Marge puts a wig on him, and he's a whole new man. One he can't resist kissing in the mirror.
Ooh. So at the Banca di Roma, that's Bank of Rome for us non-Italians, Homer asks to withdraw some money from his trust, claiming to be Seymour Skinner. He presents Skinner's passport, and the teller finds the likeness to be close enough. It's then time for Homer to fake Seymour's signature, and he begins to grow nervous. Thinking quickly, Marge compliments the bank worker's jacket, asking if it's the same color on the other side. And so the teller turns around, allowing Marge to scribble the forgery.
So with a fresh stack of lira, Homer and Marge go on a shopping spree, buying fancy clothes, Pope hats, priceless artwork, and even a Ferrari. And that evening, they share some sparkling wine and some intimacy.
More bubbly for my co-conspirator?
You know, that suit makes you look like a movie star. Like Fatty Arbuckle, or that Italian actor, Lardo Disgusto.
Oh, well, this toupee is kind of itchy, though.
No, leave it on. Seymour.
Yeah. Call me that again.
Didn't it feel good to get away with something, Seymour? And we did it together, Seymour.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Seymour. Just like that, Seymour.
Wait. Can I call you Seymour, too?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, Seymour.
Seymour,
Devour me, Seymour. Oh, you boring, boring man.
Oh, Seymour, your kisses.
Oh, speak to me in your monotone voice.
It's interesting to imagine your sexual partner as the same person that you're pretending to be.
Well, Steve, apparently you don't have a great imagination like I do.
So do you and your partner both pretend to be Batman or something? That even makes more sense. One of you could be Batman, the other one could be Bruce Wayne, and Dick Grayson could be in the corner jacking off.
I think you're right. I think it's just weird because you're seeing Homer and Marge in a dynamic that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So that's kind of off-putting in a way.
Right.
I like that Fatty Arbuckle bit, and then the Italian version is Lardo.
Disgusting-o.
Disgusting-o.
Do you think other neighborhood cats call Garfield Fatty Arbuckle? Because his legal last name is probably Arbuckle, because John is Arbuckle, and he's a round guy.
When you look at Garfield now, he doesn't look fat anymore because we're just also fat in America.
That's true, especially us cats.
Yeah, I do like the Moe painting of him just being a creeper. So yeah.
So while Homer and Marge climax, both shouting the name Seymour, Amore Eel, that's Amore. Sorry. Amore Eel finds Skinner's corpse decaying in the trunk and rips off his hair. The lid of the trunk then steps open, and Skinner's bald, bloated body floats to the surface.
And outside a cafe in the bustling Rome, Homer remarks how much he loves the tiny coffees, each one tinier than the last. Marge doesn't get to enjoy her own tiny coffee because something in the day's paper causes her to do a very long spit take. What is she, a cast member on SNL?
Okay, Mikey Day.
A headline reads, first in Italian and then in English for us dummies, "Body of dead American washes ashore."
So Marge reads that due to the corpse's bloated state and that awful smell, locals assume that it's the body of sexually ambiguous mooch, Homer Simpsley. At first, Homer doesn't think that he resembles a corpse at all, but looking at the photo of Skinner, he can kind of see it. This all means that people believe that Homer to be dead and Skinner to be alive and well. They totally got away with it. But just then, the local police have a few questions for them.
So, this Homer Simpsley lived with you for a time. Is that correct, Mr. Skinner?
You talking to me? 'Cause my name is...
Yes, Homer lived with us. Lived off of us, I should say. He was a real... what's the Italian word?
Mucciarello.
Exactly. This Simpsley character was nothing but a leech, a sponge, a shiftless freeloader too stupid to make it in this world. If you ask me, Homer was so torn up about Seymour cutting him off that he likely jumped off a cliff into the ocean.
Well, it sounds like an open and a shut case of fatso suicidio. And good riddance, right, Mr. Skinner?
May Homer Simpsley rot in hell.
Dumb, ugly, lazy. How would you like it if someone described you so accurately?
I got that Goomba gumshoe off our case, didn't I? It'll be smooth sailing from here on out. No more surprises.
Surprise, Seymour!
I love Wiggum packing the what look like cigarettes but are actually tiny breadsticks. Really good touch.
I would love it if they had cigarette-sized tobacco products, is what I was going to say.
Cigarette-sized tobacco products. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Imagine all the fun flavors with those breadsticks. You got the garlic, of course, but then you can have everything bagel and
ooh, yeah,
pizza ranch. I don't know.
Flamin' hot.
Flamin' hot. Thank you. Sesame oil or candy. All right. So looking to pay his best friend forever a visit, Chalmers knocks on the door, hoping he and Skimmer to go to the Sistine Chapel and pick up some rods.
Oh.
So Homer answers as himself, saying that Skinner went to the Colosseum, adding that he thinks the Lions are playing.
Solid joke.
Marge offers their guest a drink with a special ingredient, poisoni di rata, or, rat poison. Homer is reluctant to commit yet another crime, but Marge eggs him on.
So Gary scoffs as Marge introduces herself as Seymour's new bride, saying that Skinner would never marry a tenement Tina like her, pointing out her dishpan eyes and her thick Polish wrists. Homer laughs at the insults, adding that Marge's cankles could hold up a wharf. That's cruel, Homer. This makes Homer just a little bit more likable to Chalmers.
And that's a wharf on the ocean, not a Klingon officer, right?
Right, of course, yeah.
As he's about to take a sip of his spiked cocktail, Gary notices Homer's newfound sense of style. He comments that Homer looks an awful lot like Skinner, as though he was trying to be him. Marge laughs nervously, and Homer responds that he believes that Seymour has been rubbing off on him. Chalmers toasts to be friends, rubbing off on each other. Steve.
Yes.
Let's rub off on each other.
Okay. Maybe after the record. You know, our usual Monday night wrap-up.
Yeah.
The ever-observant Chalmers then recognizes Homer's ring, saying that Seymour would rather die than take off the ring. His suspicions growing, Gary announces that he's calling the police after his drink. Just then, Marge beats Chalmers to death with another Julius Caesar bust, this one with Quimby as the Roman ruler.
Homer asks Marge if killing rich guys is the solution for everything, and then fears that they are done for. After a moment of thought, Marge takes Gary's watch, rings, and wallet. She and Homer then haul his body down the stairs and into the car. And now, Steve, at this time I've been thinking, where's Bart? I haven't seen him yet. And guess who just shows up?
Oh!
Italian Bart. And he's witnessed everything. But he just thinks Chalmers is drunk from too much wine.
We've all been there. But then the wind then blows off Gary's hat, revealing his open head wound. Shouting, "I, Columbus!" Bart speeds off on his Vespa. But he doesn't get too far, as shadows show Homer pulling him off of his bike and choking him to death. A Nelson gargoyle points and laughs at the incident, silently saying, "Ha ha."
And Wiggum and the local police arrive at the crime scene, figuring that Chalmers was bludgeoned to death, and Bart was choked by someone who truly enjoyed doing it. Lou then finds Skinner's address in Gary's coat pocket, and Marge and Homer are brought in for questioning.
When Mr. Chalmers left last night, he said he was going to find some Sicilians and insult their mothers. Could that be a clue?
You're a very smart lady, Signora Skinner. Very clever. But unfortunately, you are married to a stupid man. He's gonna confess and take you both down. It's just a matter of time.
Firme la confessione! Poi!
It's the end of the road for you, Mrs. Skinner. Because you and your husband are afraid to go.
Huh? Why?
We arrested this bastardo animale trying to sell Mr. Chalmers' jewelry at the pawn shop.
There was a little bit in that clip of Homer being interrogated, and it looks like he was about to squeal, so I just wanted to bring that clip up.
Yes.
The visual part.
Thank you. I like how nervous he is, and I like how confident Marge is. It is a weird dynamic, but I think it kind of works.
Yeah, and I think Wiggum is pretty good in this episode. It's like he seems almost not Springfield Wiggum. He seems more competent, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, he knows what he's doing. I mean, even though, he did let Marge and Homer get away scot-free, but...
True.
But he does seem to be a better cop. But, cops, that's a low bar.
Those malevolent cops.
Yes, and their balls. So when the police beat Hans Moleman, he swears he found the jewels in the trash. And Clancy thinks that's a likely story, calling Hans a scumbag. And then in the comfort of their bed in Skinner's home, Homer feels a sense of relief, saying that he nearly confessed to everything, the murders, the fraud, and trying all those gelato flavors without ever buying any.
So Homer remembered that Marge did whatever it took to protect them, something that he's never had before. He then confesses his love for Marge. She's never had anyone say that before. And after a life lived all alone, Marge realizes that she just wanted someone to scam and scheme with. After Marge shares that she loves Homer as well, they decide to celebrate. Marge suggests they rent a little boat and, head out to the middle of the ocean.
Sure. So in their tiny watercraft, Homer pours some bubbly, toasting to a long and luxurious life together. Homer turns his back, takes a sip of champagne, then asks Marge what was in the heavy bag that she wanted him to carry onto the boat. He assumes it was some sort of surprise for him, and in a way he was right, as it is the same bust that was used to kill Chalmers. Marge sneaks up and bonks Homer on the head.
Marge, why?
I'm sorry, Homer. I do love you, but you were bound to mess our good thing up. Because you're a terrible liar. And you're dumb. Oh, honey, you are smart after all.
Marge then finds the bottle of rat poison in Homer's limp hand and then retches as she does from drinking poisoned champagne. So back at Skinner's apartment, a letter is pushed under the door. Blue-haired lawyer, or should I say gray-haired lawyer, because it's in black and white, Steve, writes that Agnes has died, choking and drowning on her broth after learning Seymour found true love. Her entire fortune was bequeathed to Seymour, and the board of directors will run the family business.
Ooh. So the intention was for Seymour and his new bride to live a long life of excess, free of burden. But with Skinner, Homer, Marge, and even Chalmers now dead, who will reap the reward? Well, on the streets, Lisa sells her paintings that are free of a mentor. The beautiful artwork show Homer and Marge as they're seen when they're both Skinner's muses. And then there's a third painting, this one in vibrant color, of Homer and Marge lying arm in arm fast asleep on a boat. Lisa's rich, everybody else is dead, and that's our episode.
Yay for dead rich people.
That's right, yay for dead rich people.
What a weird thing to say.
I don't disagree with it. And on that note, let's say we take a break. We'll be right back.
Quando sei qui con me, questa stanza non ha più pareti, ma alberi infiniti. Quando tu sei vicino a me, questo soffitto violano non esiste più. Io vedo il cielo sopra noi, che restiamo qui, abbandonati come se non ci fosse più niente al mondo suona.
All right, we're back. Let's finish up our discussion of Simpsley. We'll talk about, what we thought about the episode, the things that worked for us, the things that maybe didn't work so much, maybe a most valuable jokester, our world thoughts, and what we're watching next week. But before we do all of that, we here are generous people at the 138 Simpsons podcast, and we like to give our co-hosts some gifts from the episode that we think that they might appreciate. And Craig, I got you some things. I got you a pinky ring so you can be a fancy Italian wayabout. I got you a boat, the Up Yours Mother, a pack of breadsticks so you can smoke to your delight, some rat poison so you can die to your delight, or maybe to my delight, and I got you some of Skinner's artwork. It might not be great, but maybe it'll be worth something someday. And I got you a Simpsley skull, because you can't get ahead without a Simpsley skull.
Wow, you gave me like everything that is in this episode that could be made as a product, pretty much. And leave something for me, to give to you.
I'm sorry, I got that monthly trust fund check. So.
Oh, right. You can have Bart's Vespa because he's dead now.
All right, thank you.
You can have. I mean, I wanted to get you a pack of breadstick cigarettes. I mean, I don't know cigarettes, but pack of breadsticks. I think it'd be nice. But you already got me that. How about this? I'm going to give you Italian newspapers that will magically translate into English for you.
That's cool.
How about a bloated corpse of Skinner? Did you give that to me?
No, that's
Okay. How about all the statues of Simpsons characters? Like the Barney one and the Snake Jailbird one. You can have those.
cool. Can I have some tiny coffees?
No.
Okay,
Sorry. Yeah.
that's fine. I don't deserve it.
Yeah. And you can have leftover meatballs.
Okay, I like it.
And here's Luann's checkbook.
Oh, very nice. I will have some fun with that. Craig, what did you think of this episode? What worked for you? What made you laugh?
Who is my most valuable jokester, is what you would ask. I enjoy the exposition dialogue or the, like Agnes at the beginning laying out all that Marge needs to know. I love when Skinner shows up. Like everyone's like death before is always good. Like Chalmers' scene was very much like kind of in lieu of like him questioning and everything. It's much like the steamed hams in a way. Of course, there's a lot of, Simpsons references in it, which are nice, like little callbacks or just visual cues. Visually, the show's episode is well done with the black and white. Again, not familiar with the source material where I haven't read the books or watched the film or the television series. Wiggum, I think, is a good candidate. Marge, I don't think, is very much the jokester of this. Homer really is kind of the jokester of this episode. I'll give it to Skinner. It's interesting that these past Disney special episodes have been kind of a Marge is the star, and it's always her hating Homer.
That is true. That's a good point.
This is very much I don't know I'm trying to think where I would put this. Like with Cesar getting to do this episode, like, and he's got to do the other things. It's interesting. He has, I'm not sure the word carte blanche is right, but like the fact that he gets to do these episodes, like not canon episodes, like here you do this, like does Cesar just like, I watched Talented Mr. Ripley the other day, so I want to do a whole Simpsons episode on that, and they're like, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like you couldn't get away with this in like 90s Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? Like it.
Yeah. It's a bold move because like I don't know that the Netflix series is that popular. I mean, maybe it is, but I had never heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't know there was one until you mentioned it. And I was familiar with the movie, but and that it was a book, but not a TV series. But I don't trust Netflix TV shows anyways because they always just cancel them. I know I don't know if it's a tired like trope or joke to say, but it's true. Like, I don't want to invest time on a Netflix show because they're just going to cancel it after season 1 or 2.
Or at best, you have to wait 3 years for season 3 to come out.
Yeah. So I've said many times on this podcast, I'm very anti-Netflix. So fuck you, Ted Sarandon. What's his last name?
Sarandon.
Yeah. See, I don't even think about you. I'm like that John Hamm Man meme.
Exactly.
I'm sure he thinks about me a lot, though.
All the time.
Hey, I was a Netflix subscriber like day one, like back,
I remember,
disc days. I guess they did start technically in like the 90s, but that was like, only local people who were near the Netflix building could get it. Anyways, I'm not talking about that, but talking about The Simpsons, Steve, my review. So not having known like the source material, a lot of times this happens when I'm watching something where I'm like, well, I don't know the jokes they're making, but I feel like I have enough knowledge, or even just like I have the knowledge of these type of scam, Paper Moon, or what's the other one with Paul Newman?
Color Money, or
Paul Newman.
The Color of Money.
Sure, no, the other
The Color
one.
of Money.
No, I think it's green, Steve. It's green. If you want to know. The Entertainer, the
Yeah, right. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. Why can't I think of the stupid movie? They play pool. They're pool hustlers.
Right.
The fuck is that called? Girth.
But yes.
See, why are you dumb right now? I'm only one being dumb.
Is it not The Color of Money?
No. You're thinking of The Color Purple. No.
The Hustler? Which is another Paul Newman movie.
Ranch dressing.
Ah, yes. Slapshot.
The Sting.
The Sting.
The Sting. I'm talking about The Sting, of course.
I thought it went on a little bit too long.
And isn't The Color of Money a sequel to The Sting?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I've never actually seen, The Color of Money. Oh, no, it's the sequel to The Hustler, Steve.
Okay.
So Paul Newman just likes to hustle a lot.
Yes.
So that being said, like I'm familiar with like tropes of these kind of movies, like the Ocean's 11, that sort of thing. And I didn't know like the gender swaps, so like learning about like that there was a character named Marge in Talented Mr. Ripley, but Marge doesn't play Marge. I think it's a very funny like joke. It's like only if you knew like inside baseball, but this must be a popular enough story that people know. Again, Netflix show. I think Cesar just sits around and watches Netflix all day. And they're just like, Cesar, you writing something? He's like, oh, yeah, I'm working on a script right now. I'm just watching a show to parody. Yeah, that's the ticket. I think we figured it out because he did the series of Flanders, which is also supposed to be a Netflix parody.
And then probably the Fall Guy, he was probably just watching some, Mexican TV.
Yeah.
And like, I should do an episode like that.
And the Fall Guy at the same time. But with that being said, though, I think it was intriguing because we don't... Again, the Simpsons have like 800 episodes plus. So how many other stories can you tell? And it's interesting to see like Marge and Homer never being like in love. Like, because every story we see them is like about their love. Including the last episode about Extreme Makeover Homer Edition was about Marge's love of Homer. And this one is about Marge's hatred of Homer. So I think this one kind of is under the radar. I think even Disney itself feels like they're not proud of it, or they're just like, I didn't see much promotion for this one.
No.
I think it's a sleeper, but sometimes it could be a sleepy. I think you have to be in the mood to watch this episode. I didn't find so many ha-has. I just did a lot of the interesting. Not bad. It doesn't say I hate it, but I don't feel like this is going to be like on a regular rotation in my household. Like I'm not going to sit down like and watch this one a lot.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like I say I watch a lot of anything post season 8 in the household a lot, but I mean, of course I watch seasons 11 and beyond. My favorite.
Of course, yeah. I watch Diggs every day.
Yeah, this one out of the Extreme Homer one, I don't know if I was ranking like out of like which ones I liked more or less. This one I think was the apt amount of time. I don't think it needed to be longer than one episode. So I think it got everything in there. I like the deaths. The deaths are always the fun part of the episode. At any time, like when they get to kill people, it's fun. And getting to see Bart get strangled. So there's a lot of good in that. But I think if you are Simpsons purist, of course, if you watch it, but if you're someone who is a Golden Age viewer, you could skip it. If you're a Talented Mr. Ripley fan, then watch it. So there's your 3 criteria, in my opinion. If I gave this a ranking, we do talk about the Mr. Talented Ripley, and of course, Gwyneth Paltrow is one of the stars of that film. So I went to her website, Goop, and I went to Gwyneth Paltrow's picks, and I'm filtering here from the lowest item. The cheapest item you could buy is a Feather Lash Lifting Serum Mascara for $14, which I don't know if I never buy a mascara, so I don't know if that's a good or bad price.
Feels pricey, but I don't know.
And the highest thing that you can buy is a gold chain bracelet, the Jade Russo, an AFA chain bracelet at only a low price of $39,800.
Aye.
It just looks like gold chains, like like chain, like a bike chain or chain. You know what a chain is, right, Steve?
Sure, yeah.
It's a chain that looks like it's gold.
Okay.
So out of those 2 items, I'm going to give this episode the Rosie Aceline jacket. It's patchwork safari jacket, normally $1,795, Steve, but it's on sale for only $1,077.
It's a steal at that price. That's great.
I take it back. I only wish you knew what I was looking at. I'm going with the Brooklyn Bomber La Double E jacket. It looks like a jacket you would find at a bin in Goodwill is what I'm trying to say. A lot of this stuff looks like
yeah.
Goodwill bins. Goop. It's where it's at, Steve. What did you think of this episode?
Much like Homer and Marge at the end of this episode, I'm in the same boat as you.
Oh, no, you died?
I mean, I could have. No, it's funny because this episode is very well done. It's stunning to look at. I think the use of shadow is really well done, like the black and white. It looks like a Fellini film. And yeah, I am also not super familiar with the source material, but I think I got it. But it's funny because I can't say that it's bad because I think it's really well done. But did I enjoy it? Not really. I wasn't offended by it. It didn't bother me, and it's entertaining enough. But I just don't see myself sitting down to watch this again ever. And I don't know. I have no problem with it, but I didn't love it. I really appreciate the gender dynamics of having, Marge playing the bad guy and Homer kind of playing the not that guy. And also the fact that they alluded to a sexual relationship with Skinner, with both Marge and Homer. I think it's really fascinating and really well done. And I like that. I like the use of Springfieldians in the world, especially in the art world. And, I like that they threw Bart and Lisa in there, and I like that Lisa won. So I did enjoy it, but I don't know, it just didn't make me laugh a ton. I think it's more clever than funny. It's a soft watch for me. I think of the other Disney Plus specials, The Extreme Makeover Homer Edition is still probably my favorite. This one is good, but I don't know. I think if you're a fan of Ripley or that kind of noir psychological thriller, this should be right up your alley. And if I had to get a ranking, so The Talented Mr. Ripley is only the first in a 5-book series called The Ripleyad. And so of those 5, I'm going to give this the third one, Ripley's Game, which was released in 1974.
So he doesn't die at the end like this episode.
No, there's Ripley Underground, Ripley's Game, The Boy Who Followed Ripley, and Ripley Underwater.
Oh, all right. Well, I will say this, though. I am kind of intrigued to watch the Matt Damon film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm intrigued to watch the Netflix series.
That's fair.
But it's funny when you hear our final reviews. It's like, how do we not say we don't like it, but we still are fine with it?
Yeah, like I say, it's good. It just maybe not for me.
It's not for us. There we go. All right.
Well, it was nice to go on a vacation on the coast of Italy. And I was thinking that, since we're taking a vacation here, maybe we should take a real vacation from spring cleaning and not do a classic episode that we've already done, but revisit a world that we kind of revisited recently. So next week, we're not going to be doing one of our old episodes, but we're going to be doing a new episode. That's right, we're going to be talking about Angry Dad, the movie. That's season 22, episode 14, kind of the spiritual sequel to I Am Furious Yellow, which we just recently reviewed, in which Bart makes a short film based on the character Angry Dad, and it soon becomes successful, and then it gets nominated for several awards, but Homer is taking all of the credit. Now, Craig, have you seen that one?
I'm pretty sure I saw it, but it's been a while. And I remember, at one point when we first started the podcast, and we were doing, of course, the Wheel of Random, and we did it at random. I think this episode came up. I was like, let's not do this until we actually get the other one out of the way. So when that one finally popped up, I was like, we should probably do a nice sequel to that. Plus, it's fun to take a summer break from spring cleaning.
That's very true.
And it is summer blockbuster season. So, of course, do Angry Dad the movie. It's the summertime.
Makes sense to me. I like it. So check that out. And hey, thanks so much for listening. We always appreciate it. And if you want to contact us, you can always reach us on the socials, like your Instagram, your Threads, or your YouTube at 13simpsons, or you can always email us at 13simpsons@gmail.com.
And don't forget to sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/annoyedgrumpboys. And we're finally not a adult Patreon website. I don't know if anyone's noticed this. You have, if Patreon members have noticed this, but when you go on that website, it always popped up like, are you 18 or older to go to this website or to our Patreon? I'm like, well, we're not showing our dicks. Why is this here?
Maybe you're not.
Oh, well, I finally got that sorted away. So now, Steve, you can't put your dick pics on our Patreon site.
Ah.
But hey, sign up today. $5 a month. Bonus episodes every week. You even get the regular feed episodes a little bit earlier than the regular feed. So why not? This last week, we had a lot of fun talking about a film. We'll talk about an old episode of a sitcom. We'll talk about the Annoyed Grunt Boys, just us being us. Or we'll talk about a Golden Age episode. It's all there every month. 2 episodes, $5 a month. Steve, do the math.
Okay, I've done the math.
You did it. All right.
And hey, if you're so kind, go to your favorite podcasting app, leave us 5 stars or the equivalent, but you don't need to write a real review. Just send us your social security number, your banking information, or any other information that we can steal from you.
And don't forget to go to tpublic.com/user/annoyedgruntboys for some Annoyed Grunt Boy merch. And I haven't said this in a long time, Steve. We actually have a new design up on the TeePublic site. Inspired by our conversation last week when we were discussing an episode with it was a redo episode, a spring cleaning episode, Gorgeous Grandpa.
Yes.
Where one of the characters was wearing a Che Guevara, the revolutionary shirt. That famous silhouette shirt of Che Guevara, but instead it was Jay Leno, so it was Jay Guevara. And I asked Steve in that episode, if you were to pick a J, who would it be? And right away, Steve said, Jay Sherman, the critic. So now we have a shirt that says Fascism Steaks, and it's perfect. Perfect to wear this time in our country.
That's right. It's a great shirt. One of my favorite designs that we've come up with. So check it out. And hey, thank you so much again for listening. For this week, I've been Annoyed Grunt Boy Steve.
And I've been Annoyed Grunt Boy Craig.
And remember, it's not what you think. I mean nothing to me.
Police violence is such an important cause.
He has been acting a bit queer, to use the parlance of our time.
Things around here were a lot more gay, to use the parlance of our time.